Fox JD here, and I think this is about the second or third time in a specific vlog post that we're going to talk about drone regulations. The first one came last year when I saw on the news that the UK government wanted to regulate drones, so I asked all of you, what did you reckon? And we had some good banter back and forth, some good comments. Well, as of recording this, so yesterday, no, hang on, this is going out Friday, so it would have been Wednesday, the 30th of May. The UK government passed some new legislation. So this legislation brings in a couple of new rules and a couple of new things for the UK. Now, I've been getting ready for this slowly over the channel. Some of you may have noticed, some of you may not have noticed. As of about 6 months ago, I started to include a scale, a weighing scale in the unboxing videos, and the reason for this was to start to weigh drones, to see exactly how much they weigh, just for me really, and just for anybody buying them and anybody who has a 250 gram limit in their country, in their state, in their principality, whatever. And it occurred to me that whereas before I thought all the drones that you could buy were extremely heavy, it turns out that the majority of toy grade and hobby grade drones you can actually get for under 250 grams. So for the last 4 months I have been getting these under 250 gram drones, with adding a couple of heavy ones in there as well, just for a bit of variety. And just seeing whether or not I could make this channel thrive on drones of only 250 grams or less. Well, actually, yes, you guys are still very interested in those, so thank you ever so much for that. So with this new legislation that comes out today, I want to talk about it a little bit, and then if you have any sort of comments, please leave them. Let's get some good discussion going in this again. Now, whether it's from the US, let me know exactly how what the drone laws are like there with you guys, because obviously, as it doesn't actually as I don't fly under those laws, it doesn't actually mean anything to me being in this country. Same with anybody in the far side of Europe, anybody in Asia, anybody in Africa. Let me know exactly what the drone laws out there with you guys are. So for us, for the minute, we are governed by a website. Well, it's pretty much, it's called the drone, okay. It's called the Drone Code, and essentially what it is, it's do's and don'ts for anybody who isn't licensed. Now, if you want to get licensed in the UK, you've got to go through the CAA and do their, I think it's a 3-day course, and it costs roughly, approximately, don't shoot me if I get this wrong, about £2 grand, £2.5 grand. Now, for a lot of hobbyist flyers and a lot of people who love the hobby but don't want to use it as a commercial, sort of on a commercial aspect for house repairs or for landscape photography or for anything like that, for filming for the BBC or something, if it's just for the fun of flying, like myself, I don't necessarily want to put that much money into getting a license. So for me, these drone code laws are extremely important. So every time I fly, I keep these in mind, I bear these in mind, and obviously fly then within these laws. So let's just go through how they stand for the second. So the drone code says, oh, by the way, all links are in the description. So the drone code says, stay below 400 foot, which is 120 meters, to comply with the drone code. Every time you fly, you must follow your manufacturer's instructions. From properties, you must be 150 metres away from properties, 50 metres away from houses, and 150 metres away from people. Now that's fine, I fly in a field, I am very, very secluded where I fly. Obviously, as you've seen my videos, I don't fly around people. I try and show in my videos that you shouldn't fly around people, you should fly in a nice field, which is why I fly there. And also it says you're responsible for each flight. So obviously for the minute you take off, if you're outside, you're responsible for that drone. You're responsible for every single thing, every single action that happens. If you fly around and you come back down and you safe land, perfectly, perfect, not a problem. But obviously if you're flying in a place full of people, which I do not recommend at all, then obviously you're responsible for each and every one of these people's safety and responsible for your flight as well. So the way that I look at that, I look at these as sort of concrete steps to live by, sort of when you fly. And also the last one is stay well away from airports and airfields and anything that could be, public flights. Obviously, I don't see the importance of flying by an airport. I don't see why you'd want to, so just don't do it. That's pretty much what I live by. So now these new laws, well, say new laws, they have just gone to Parliament, and Parliament has said that they are going to be coming into effect at the end of July, even though some are going to come into effect at the end of November as well. So for the second, the changes that outlaw is that the changes to the drone code will be that drones, anyone who owns a drone weighing less than 250 grams won't have to register it, but anybody who flies a drone over 250 grams will have to register it with the CAA, do a little online safety test. If you don't register your drone, which is of a higher weight than 250 grams, then you are liable, if caught, for a £1,000 fine. Honestly, online test. Obviously, anybody that has flown a DJI quadcopter will know the app tells you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times take this online safety test, and it is pretty much exactly what I've just relayed to you from the drone code. It's 6 or 7 steps, you go through it, at the end it goes, yeah, well done, you're safe to fly. I should imagine the online test is going to be a lot like that. Obviously I don't know, but I'm just surmising from what I'm reading online from various different sources. And also all drones will be banned from flying above 400 foot, so that's 121.9 metres. Now, when it comes to this, a lot of people are up in arms. How can you stop people from doing that? Well, it's quite simple. If your drone has GPS, if it has a GPS module, if it is technologically advanced, then there are ways through firmware that can be locked to a particular altitude. I don't see why people are, why companies don't do that. I know a few do, but I think that should be more widespread so that anybody who does want to go above it is automatically locked. I mean, geofencing is a thing to the point where a drone, if you hit that geofence, the drone will turn around and come back to you, or it'll just stop, so you can't go any further. These little safety precautions I'm all for, because as a non-commercial hobbyist flyer, pilot, whatever you want to call it, I am very, very much in love with this hobby, and I love going out in my own time and flying on a weekend. And I think that we have to look after this hobby and obviously show the public that we are safe, that we are considerate, and that we are not just absolute nutcases that are going to chase people down, across a field with them. Now, apparently in 2017 there were over 90 incidents of drones entering restricted airspace, so airports, airfields, into the vicinity of aeroplanes. Yeah, I think that, to be honest, yeah, I don't know. Why you would want to fly around an airport, I have no idea. Yes, okay, you can get some great footage, but you're ruining the hobby for everybody else. Not just the hobby, but you're in many respects you're tying down. Maybe a lot of people can't. I don't know. I'm not going to go off on a massive rant, but. Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to fly near an airport. I don't know, but the commercial numbers are back for how many UK pilots are actually hold a commercial drone license now in the UK. It's increased from 2,500 to 3,800 in 2017. So that's a good increase. These are people that want to do aerial photography and actually get paid for what they want to do, and I think that is fantastic. Now, obviously, when it comes to it, if I have to take a license, I will. That's not a problem. I'm very much in favour of doing so. But at the same time, for the minute, I don't have that sort of money to spare. So this is why I haven't. So I think with all that, there's lots to think about. There's lots to ponder over. I've put a couple of links in the description from the BBC News, from the Register, and places like this. What is it that you think? This is what I most want to hear about. What is it like in your place when you fly, in your city, in your state, in your principality, in your country, whatever? Now, for me, as I said, I've got mixed feelings on this. I think regulation is good, and I think sort of having some laws behind it are good. But obviously, I don't want it to suffocate the hobby. But at the same time, I want people to feel safe as well, and actually to be responsible when using these. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. So there we are, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.